Hello and welcome to your Daily Dose of Dominions, turn 58. I'm kirbyone, and we continue in the realm of the monkeys and the celestial beings. The monkeys are mostly just there for show. I got the Throne of Moon, which is great. That one that has been sitting next to my capital for forever. Iron Pigs, we'll take a look at those. I know I keep promising to take a look at stuff and then totally forgetting, but they're actually on the strategic map now because there's a lot of them, so I think I'll remember this one. I teleport back home. I found 2 magic sites in the Boar Woods, which is where the throne is. I think Earth sites there, and an astral site there. So that's great. No air sites, or maybe that's not air. I don't remember who's. An enchantress is searching there, but I don't remember what her magic was. And I have a battle pushing back against Yomi with the hopes of finally wiping him from the face of the map. Kailasa, a hurricane has struck me. So a hurricane could be a random event, or it could be an anonymous spell cast on me. So it's an air spell, and air could be Helheim. I think that at this point Hinam has also broken into air. I don't know how high up in air Aramor has gotten, but he might be just playing both sides of the coin with anonymous attacks. But yeah, I lose some population and gain unrest. That's unfortunate. A dome spell would be great to maybe protect myself against some of these, but those are all in enchantment, and I'm not caring about enchantment at all at this point. Okay, local sect, that's unfortunate. And I finished the fortress in Dragon Ridge, so now that is going to mean an enchantress every 2 turns instead of every 4 turns. So I was searching for air, I guess, because she got an air random. Okay, we'll take a look at the pigs in a moment. Where is all my gold going? Because I have no money. So the money is going to build this fortress, which will allow me to recruit 1 sorceress a turn. And I'm auto-forging owl quills now at this point, and I have +4 income, so I'm still gaining an income even though I'm forging an owl quill a turn. And they're all going to these guys here in my Uber battery, which is only magic 2 at this point, but it'll get better. Hello, big army. So this is where I am now, Krishna, and I'm moving out with them and her to here and meeting up with these guys. Mostly my prophet and the Gandharvas under his command, as well as the Light of the Northern Star caster, designated caster. I don't know how much I've scripted so far. Looks like just a bunch of wooden warriors. Oh, what I've been forging, by the way, sort of behind the scenes. Okay, this double thistle mace is actually for her once I get there, so that I can do liquefy. Or, sorry, not liquefy, bone melter. Because bone melter is water 3, nature 2, and so you need a thistle mace to get that nature 2. What I've been forging in the background has been these water lenses, which give temporary water gems. Now that can give me a number of different things. Oh, sorry. We'll go in here. There we go. Okay, so we'll check this one out. Temporary water gem can get me a free water elemental, if nothing else. It can get me fire resistance if I learn how to use that spell. It can give me wave warriors, which gives basically fortitude and affliction resistance to area 5. Rain I can cast, And yeah, that's all for now, but there are a couple others that I can unlock. So, and they're cheap. They're only 5 water gems, and I get 5 a month. So I've just been burning my water gems on boosting items like that. Though I'm wondering where it all's going right now. Oh, it must have been for a yeah, it was to summon this guy, because naiads, they can summon themselves too, but naiads are pretty expensive. 35 water, so yeah. I wouldn't want to summon another naiad with a naiad, because then I'd have 2 naiads stuck in a province, and I think you only really need 1 for summoning and defense and stuff like that. So let's see. Okay, so I've been site searching around. I don't have enough gold to be recruiting a whole lot. I still want my power mages. I call these my power mages now at this point. Water 3 and Earth 3 are going to break me into a lot of powerful combat spells. But at this point in the game, I'm still learning how to use them. I know it's like turn almost 60, but this is the first game that I ever played in multiplayer, as I like to say, and so it was in many ways a test game for me to learn how magic works with high casters like this, and the kind of effective combos that I can get on the battlefield, and test that against players. So there's been a lot of back and forth here, a lot of noobishness, a lot of failure and coming back from the brink. So that's what this game has basically been all about. And now you get to watch me do it. So I remember belatedly why this guy is wandering around with my snakes and random retinue. He's actually supposed to have been building temples along the way. He built this one, and he should just be going around building temples in places that are ostensibly safe. They're relatively deep in my lands and out of direct harm's way, and will take a while for raiders to get there. This one is probably not as good as this province, especially now that I'm going to be finishing up Yomi, because then it'll be really deep in my heartlands. But I wanted more temples than just the ones in my forts, which by the way, this is like the Maginot line right here of forts, not on a border, but it's just like a line of forts. Yeah, no comparison to actual Maginot line. So I wanted to get out a little bit because my Dominion has been really struggling. Yomi's Dominion, once it's gone, will be filled hopefully by the void will hopefully be filled by me. So we'll see. Anyways, these guys are gonna gather here, move here, then here, and then here, and go straight for Helheim and take it, hopefully, without too much resistance. Not doing any mercenaries right now. Airmore decided to take the celestial groupies. Research. I'm going straight for alteration 9. Now that is just a temporary filler for right now. There are a lot of other good things I could get instead of alteration 9, which would take a day and an age and a day to get. I could get Eyes of God, which I can cast with my Pretender with a crystal coin, which I think he already has. That would be cool. I can get... I haven't really experimented a whole lot with the evocation branch because not a lot of things are there, except for Gifts from Heaven and Earthquake. Those are pretty big for me. Once I get my air powers up, I can use Storm and Wrathful Skies. That'd be cool. Mind Hunt I could do, but it's pretty expensive, and I actually don't have a lot of high astral. My highest astral is like 2 summonable, or 3, well, 3 summonable. So the astral I'm getting is not actually ritual astral, it's combat astral for like all the mind burns and soul slays and stuff like that I can dump on the battlefield with communions. So that's a weird combo that I've been experimenting with, because I can't really cast a lot of the super powered high astral spells with my build and this nation the way that I've set it up, because I can't forge a ring of wizardry, because I can only get astral 5 with a crystal coin, so that's silly of me. But we can break into it, maybe, if I care about that. I think that's all. Let's take a look at Iron Pigs before we leave. So Iron Pigs, like I said, they take a while to get to, so I'm not entirely sure how great they are, but they have protection 20, which is really high. And other than that, they're kind of crappy. They have high strength, so they do a lot of damage, and they have mediocre hit points. They trample. That's their saving grace, is they are protection 20 tramplers, basically. Size 3 only, so they only trample like human-sized beings. So, yeah, they're low morale and undisciplined, and they're animals. So I could drop like a Growing Fury or Rage of the Cornered Rat on them and give them Berserking, and then they would never rout, and then they'd just trample everyone all over the place. Because they're iron, they also have susceptible to shock, so not particularly good against Helheim on that front. They, even with their high protection, they tend to die a lot because they just run in there and get killed. So as you can see, I'm using them now, but I wasn't even using them, and I say that now because obviously I was summoning them. So yeah, they're just going to go right up front and trample. They will be very effective against size 1 Oni, is my theory. But since there's not a lot of Yomi left, it's kind of meh. And then skeletons they'd also be pretty good against, I guess. And actually, now that I'm thinking about that, that'd probably be pretty good counter to Skelly Spam. Just a bunch of Iron Pigs running in and rolling over them. I'll try that out at some point if I get a chance. But for right now, they might just be put on the back burner for right now. As you can see, I'm already losing Dominion in Yomi, but my Dominion is not super strong. It's it was 3 candles here, I think, but this is overpowered right here. So I need to take those temples out. And I did tell Tianchi that I'm doing that. No new messages from anyone. I kind of skipped over, but Airmore keeps just giving me nature gems. I think that is his new strategy, to give me things that he doesn't need. And I've sort of stopped that for right now. Not because I think I'll use either of these, but I think I was just kind of rushing my turns at this point. I got a job sometime between starting and now with this game, and I say that because like this game is like 3 months old now, but when I was working, it was a little hectic to try and figure out how to do my turns, especially once I get this complicated. I tend to, as you can probably tell, meander and overthink things and think a lot about unnecessary things. So it can take a while. I'm working on it. Alright, that's enough of all of those things that I was just talking about. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.